To the month of September in the USL Championship, and this one a true six-pointer as RGV comes on the road to take on Phoenix Rising tonight here in Phoenix, Arizona. Tonight's back-to-school night is presented by Northern Arizona University. With Anna Whitty, I'm Josh Eastern. Thanks so much for being with us. Phoenix a chance to potentially jump all the way up into fourth place, depending on how other results go, while RGV, they are trying to get a little bit closer to that eighth and final playoff spot. Well, for Phoenix, they have won 2 games in a row over the past week, and they are trying to just keep it rolling.
Phoenix has shored things up by adding depth to their back line. Consistency is going to be important for this Phoenix side, especially against a team like RGV, who plays a difficult style to break through with a deep lying back line and a low block defensively.
Well, let's take a look at tonight's Game Changers presented by Hope High School Online. Danny Trejo, he's been changing the game each and every game recently.
For Danny Trejo, can score and create from anywhere on the field. With 14 goals this season, he'll have a big role in the build-up, but also helping out defensively in that 3-back for Rising.
Well, these two teams faced off just a few weeks ago on August 19th. It was Juan Galindrez to score the lone goal in that game.
Set pieces will be massive for the Toros tonight. They will rely heavily on a front line that likes to get out in transition. Coming off a match where they had 0 shots on target, the Toros must create in moments that the opposition gives them in the attack. And one of those pieces in transition is forward Cristiano Francois. 2 goals, 4 assists this season for RGV. He's great in behind. Watch for him to be the main outlet in transition.
We are building you up to first kick tonight from Phoenix Rising Stadium here in Phoenix. It's a tasty fixture tonight with Rising hosting RGV. The 2023 Phoenix Rising season brought to you by Equality Health. Lineups and first kick next.
Equality Health is giving doctors more time to be doctors, so they can give you the care you deserve. Ask if your doctor is part of the Equality Health Network today. Equality Health. Caring is back.
Huh. How long have you been tracking our car's value with Carvana?
Just like 7 months.
Should we sell it?
We hold.
Hold.
Silver vans are going for more right now. Should we?
Our low mileage is paying off. You think we should?
Hold.
Depreciation's really heating up. You think? We just did 2.5%.
Hold. Now.
I'm on it.
Already sold to Carvana.
Go to Carvana and track your car's value today.
Sanderson Ford gives back. They support local sports.
They support local businesses, restaurants, and music.
Y organizaciones en nuestra comunidad latina.
My favorite event is Operation Santa Claus.
And mine is the Cave Creek Rodeo.
I love participating in the Guardian Games with my son Evan for Special Olympics Arizona.
Your business has allowed Sanderson Charities to give back to all these local charities. We've been paying it forward for 68 years. Thank you.
Join Arizona's only professional soccer club as it goes head-to-head with Detroit City at the team's new home. Visit phxrisingfc.com or call 623-594-9606 for ticket information.
Tonight's broadcast of Phoenix Rising FC is presented by Equality Health. Carvana will drive you happy. And by NAU Nationwide. Looking at tonight's starting lineups, more rotation for Juan Guerra. It is 3 changes in the lineup for Phoenix.
Phoenix starting in a 3-4-3 with Arteaga up top next to Trejo, looking for more opportunities on frame. And then it's Steenberg on the back line next to Fuenmayor, King holding down the floor on the right side of the field.
On the other side for RGV, they played in the midweek another 0-0 draw against San Antonio, but a few changes here as well.
RGV playing in a 4-2-3-1, really going to play in a low block really going to make sure that Deviala and Cabeza playing in that 6 double pivot role to make sure that what Phoenix creates down the middle of the pitch gets slowed down early.
These two teams just faced off a few weeks ago. Wilmer Cabrera, he did what he had to do to get the win. They went down to 10 men in that game, and they got the 1 goal that they needed to get the 3 points. There is our referee tonight. It is Melvin Rivas. There's the whistle, and away we go. It is Phoenix versus RGV. Appreciate you being with us here tonight as we close out the night in the USL Championship. A big one between these two, both fighting to either get into the playoffs or stay in the playoffs, both right around the playoff line. But for Phoenix, trying to finish off a week where they could go 3 for 3 in terms of wins. A big opportunity ahead of them here tonight. Well, we talked to Juan Guerra this week after the 2-1 win over Sacramento. He said most pleased about their defensive organization. Said they knew when to press, they knew when to sit. Says it was great to make some changes, but still keep that same level and get the results that they wanted to get. They got a big 3 points against, coming into that night, the top team in the Western Conference. Here's Armanakis for Trejo, who scored in 2 straight. Trejo! What a way to start it tonight! Goals in 3 straight! 1-0 Rising!
Phoenix with a great build down the right side of the field, breaking through RGV's press, and Trejo just waits for that opportunity to pop outside the 18 and hits it upper 90. Phoenix starts the game so quickly, but has patience once they get into the final third to finish this ball, and watches Phoenix breaks multiple lines as they build inside the 18. Trejo with multiple touches. No players from RGV step in front of them. He sees that space, and where the goalkeeper is in the field, rather in net, finds that one upper 90 to put Phoenix up early.
You see the reaction from Juan Guerra. He was feeling that one. That goal is presented by Gateway Community College. Danny Trejo just continues to pour in the goals. That is now 15 goals for him this season, and that is the most in the USL Championship. And just like that, RGV having to play from behind. Not exactly the start that Wilmer Cabrera and company were looking for.
Trejo seeing that opportunity to drift into the middle of the field as well. Trejo started in more of a wide left position, and when you saw that moment where RGV wasn't picking up players centrally, might as well drift there and see what you can create. Trejo so clinical from anywhere on the field.
Well, it's funny, you asked Juan Guerra the other day, do you like the chances you're creating? He said, yes, but I'd like our team to shoot from distance a little bit more. And there you have it.
They did just that. In the opening minutes, too. Didn't take much time to try it.
Let's take a look at our availability report. It is presented to you by Spooner. Niall Dunn remaining out. Erickson Gallardo also still working back from injury for Phoenix. Looking for that long switch of play. Manjoma on the chase. And this one running over the end line. Well, for RGV, just 2 wins all time in 12 previous meetings against Phoenix. They, though, have won 2 straight in this series, although they've never won here in Phoenix. You go back to that playoff game from 2021, technically a draw. They get the win in penalties. That was probably the most shocking result in this series when these two have met up.
Phoenix starting to set the tempo again in possession. RGV is not sitting back deep too hard. They want to press. They want to win the ball a little bit higher. Well done by Phoenix, continuing to break lines.
Arteaga, Armanakis. Darnell King. And there's Carlos Harvey. Harvey, who seemingly played everywhere this season for Phoenix. Obviously, a lot of games in action now. Colorado Springs, New Mexico, El Paso, Oakland, Orange County, all in action right now. But as things stand with the other results in this one, Phoenix would go all the way up to a 4th spot, which a few weeks ago, that'd be pretty crazy to think about just based on the form that Oakland has been in. San Diego will play tomorrow. They have just shot themselves up the standings, and a 9-point week could do that for you if they can close out these 3 points. Novo just gets rid of this one.
RGV finally finding an opportunity just to stop chasing and getting the ball to their back line and starting to create from there. RGV, a team that's struggled to find shots on goal, wasn't able to create anything against San Antonio, so the momentum has to be going forward and not sitting back if they want to find themselves in a playoff spot this year.
Here's Hernandez. Look at all that space in the middle for Phoenix to exploit, and it's Danny Trejo. Manjoma. Manjoma touched away by Derek. It's Darnell King, and deflected out of play. Corner kick coming for Phoenix.
The space in between the back line in the midfield is massive for Phoenix to continue to disrupt. RGV is not connected when it comes to their defensive structure. Well done by the outside midfielders of Phoenix to get into the wide areas, recognize that they can go 1v1. Manjoma just isn't able to connect with anybody on the other side of it, but it's much better from Phoenix, just finding that space centrally to help them create.
Carvana corner kick taken short. Now the in-swinger, and Derek's able to hold on to this one. Looking for the long ball in behind, and this one bouncing out of play. Well, some news this week for RGV. Their top goal scorer, Wilmer Cabrera Jr., was recalled from his loan by Real Cartagena. He was then transferred to German club Greifswalder FC. Obviously, Wilmer Cabrera's son moving on. He was great, the 23-year-old, 7 goals, 3 assists. He was the top goal scorer on this team, and now they're gonna have to find someone else to kind of fill that void. Taylor Davila has led the team in terms of goals now with his absence and chances created. There'll be a stoppage here. They'll bring this back.
RGV play with Davila in more of a defensive role, so it's going to have to be a team collective effort for RGV to replace what Cabrera's brought to this team when it comes to the goal scoring. And here's the foul in the middle of the field. RGV looking to play the ball in behind, not a foul, but just a ball to the face.
Very quick to stop that. Jose Hernandez gets his 151st appearance in the USL. Hernandez have to come off for just a moment. A drop ball here. Cabezas. Davila. Cabezas moves it across. RGV looking to get something going. That's not going to work though, as it rolls out of play.
details have to be sharper from RGV. It was good connection in the middle of the field, but as they tried to switch, they weren't unlocking Phoenix at all defensively. In order for RGV to look to create in the attacking third, they're gonna have to disrupt Phoenix's defensive structure.
Now Phoenix able to come forward again. Armenakis serving it out wide for Manjoma. Manjoma lifts the cross in. Arteaga trying for it as it bounces all the way out of play.
Good step defensively from Ruiz, stepping off of the line for RGV and tracking back defensively to help them out. Phoenix is finding the balls in the wide areas on the left side of the field, so it's opening up the space on the other side of the pitch for Ruiz to help and create an overload defensively.
All coming centrally. Manjoma trying to track it down. Instead, he collides with Pinzon, and yeah, that's a foul.
Manjoma just jumping into the back of an RGV midfielder unnecessarily.
Doing some quick counting in terms of Danny Trejo's goal scoring record. We'll get to that in a second as Phoenix do poke this away. He's now scored in 6 of his last 7, 9 of his last 11, and 10 of his last 14 games. He has got to be one of the hottest players in the USL Championship at the moment. During this smaller stretch of games, the last 7, the only game he didn't score was against this RGV team a few weeks ago when Phoenix was held off the score sheet. He has been on an absolute tear.
Trejo's had to add RGV to the list, but it just shows his ability to score from anywhere and his confidence in himself shooting from anywhere on the pitch. In addition to his goal scoring, he also has 5 assists on the season, so he's confident in how he can create in the final third and selfless as well.
Go back to that El Paso game. 2 goals and 2 assists. First Phoenix player to ever do that. And that includes a pretty good list like Solo Asante, Didier Drogba as well. Quick throw in. Arteaga looking for Trejo. Kinsner ushers it out of play. Phoenix Children's is expanding across the valley so we can all grow healthier together. Learn more at phoenixchildrens.org.
Steenberg, a new addition to this Phoenix back line, is going to be the consistent center back for this team. And he brings not only depth, but a sense of confidence to help build in the attack.
Here's Trejo again. Looking to chip this towards goal. It's really all he could do, and it's taken by Derek.
Good run by Trejo to leave the wide areas. Again, drag his run centrally to create an overload in the middle of the field. And that one pocket that RGV is giving up, Trejo continues to find.
Here's King. Bouncing out of play. On will go Phoenix's way. Armenakis brings it infield for Arteaga. Now it's Carlos Harvey. Manjoma. Looks for Trejo. Danny Trejo cut off. Good defensive work by Juan David Cabezas.
Cabezas a little too far behind Trejo as that ball comes inside, and watches Cabezas. He sees that Trejo has a clear shot on frame. All he has to do is get himself in between the player and the ball. No foul, clean ability to get in between the 2 players and the ball, and well done defensively for RGV.
Trejo's just in one of those runs right now where it seems like every time he gets on the ball in an attacking area, good things are going to happen. Delindres plays this down the line. The cross comes in. It was too tall for Pinzon. Runs all the way through for Ricketts. Boy, that whole side of the goal wide open for the taking. Ricketts not able to find the frame.
Ricketts all the way far on the other side of the pitch, and Phoenix doesn't even pick him up. Watch as Ricketts just steps out of his defensive structure, does a good job of hitting it with his laces, just not able to get his whole foot over the ball. Gets a little too much of the outside of his foot on it, hit it far of near post. RGV, the big question going into this match for Coach Guerra was how RGV was going to defend and play. RGV, the last time they played, sat back a little bit more, but in this one, RGV really wants to play.
And remember, you go back to that game, and they picked up a red card, did RGV. Had to play with 10 men for quite some time. It was Juan David Cabezas who picked up a yellow card in the 43rd, and then just a few minutes later, picking one up right before halftime. Another yellow card, and it was the whole second half in which Phoenix played up a man, but as Juan Guerra talked about, Wilmer Cabrera just decided to sit back, absorbed a bunch of pressure, and they ended up getting the win, 1-0, even though the shot total was the same, 10-10. Trejo, Manjoma, cuts it back, Armenakis couldn't make the contact.
That's what RGV has in their arsenal, is ability to play so many different styles of play. When they want to drop back and hold and not have to do the attacking work, they will, but they also can get out when they want to. This is a great ball centrally, kept on the ground by Phoenix, just not able to convert.
Cabezas. Delindres. Already trying to cut it out, but it is tracked down. Davila for Ricketts. Davila gets it right back. Ricketts, service in, cleared away by Fuenmayor.
Great passing by Phoenix to get out of pressure. Allows them to get out the other way.
Heavy touch there by Armenakis, but he wins it right back for Phoenix. Arteaga, he's gonna try his luck. And now it's Harvey. Why not? Another block. I don't know if you put the idea in Juan Guerra's head to tell his team to shoot from distance, but they're taking their word for it.
Phoenix is seeing the opportunities because RGV isn't closing down that space outside the 18, and it's back-to-back shots that should continue to take if you're this Phoenix side. RGV is giving way too much real estate just outside the area.
Arteaga on the chase, it's a foul.
Arteaga, a little too much in the back. Watch as he's trying to win this ball. Doesn't get there in time. Just a little too much chip from behind.
Was a push in the back there with Francois going down. A free kick coming for RGV.
RGV in a good area, trying to advance this ball. It's a little too much from the Phoenix defender, trying to win the ball in their own defensive half. This sets up a really good set piece for RGV. One of their best assets is being able to convert on these chances.
Davila stands around it. Pinzon coming over as well. Davila serves it in. And away by Traore. Maybe a chance here for Phoenix to break. Ruiz for Ricketts. Pinzon. Ricketts again. Deflected, and Rios Novo's there to hold on to it.
Phoenix is doing the same thing defensively that RGV is doing, dropping back to support the three-back. Ricketts notices that he's not going to get an opportunity from that far out with how many numbers Phoenix is dropping out, so it's a good idea for a service. Just gets a little bit deflected in.
This portion of the match is brought to you by Modelo, a reward for those with a fighting spirit. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Arteaga holds play up. It's Armanakis. The shot deflected. Jomo was in space as Ricketts clears.
There's not much creating from Phoenix once they get into the attacking third. They see their opportunities and they're just going for it. Well done by Arteaga, pulling that down, waiting for a teammate to come and help in the build, but there's another option for a potential better opportunity from the wide areas.
RGV conceding the first goal this year. Just one win to go along with 8 losses and 5 draws. They have a 6-game winless streak on the road as well. 3 losses, 3 draws. Their road form 8th best in the Western Conference. Foul from behind. Arteaga thought he got that one clean. Instead, a free kick for RGV.
Arteaga dropping back to help out Phoenix defensively. This is another really good opportunity for RGV. Maybe not even to put a ball inside the 18, but to possess out of it. It's Arteaga dropping back defensively, getting a foot in. Not much contact on the player, rather on the ball as he gets stuck in. But he's also coming in from behind, trying to slow down that play.
Chance to hit this from distance. It's Davila. Nothing to test. Rocco Rios Novo.
Davila, a good goal scorer for this RGV side. 5 goals this season. A true midfielder who likes to get in the attack, but he knows how to do the defensive work. There's a true aid, box-to-box midfielder. And a player like Davila will be really important against Phoenix because there's so many gaps that Phoenix is starting to find. That's what RGV is going to have to continue to try and shut down when Phoenix is in possession, because the half spaces have been there for the majority of the first half.
No Darce. Oh, it's given away. Arteaga trying to connect with Trejo. Off his chest, but collected again by Derek. Francois will wiggle his way down that far touchline. He got the last touch on it. Rios Novo. Here's Harvey, now for Hernandez. Another giveaway. Pinzon. Slip forward, Pinzon. He got the last touch on it, goal kick.
It's a great run from Pinzon, not only to deliver the first ball, but also to continue his run just outside the 18. Watches Pinzon, he finds his teammate, continuing his run in the attack, and watches Pinzon, he wants the ball again, he continues himself going forward, and it's good defensive work by Phoenix just to keep him out, to create a goal kick.
Pre-game with Raising Cane's, proud supporter of Phoenix Rising. Skip the line and order on our easy mobile app for your order of premium fresh hand-breaded chicken fingers, special sauce. Don't forget to add our fresh hand-squeezed lemonade at order.raisingcanes.com. A couple of big results have gone final. Louisville has beaten Colorado Springs 3-2, and Charleston has beaten New Mexico by 1-0. Both teams now below Phoenix Rising in the standings, and with 3 points tonight could really open up a sizable gap between both those teams, currently on 36 points. Pardon me, Colorado Springs on 36, New Mexico on 33. Paso is currently tied with Monterey Bay at 1 apiece. Rios Novo had to be careful, and he just poked it away. This pressure from RGV is really giving Phoenix some fits here.
RGV continuing their high pressure. Phoenix defensively has been able to live on the ball in moments, and RGV is just not allowing them out of that low block in their own possession.
Hernandez.
RGV keeping Phoenix locked into that left side of the field by committing 3 players and not allowing that outlet. Done by Harvey just to break through with a quick dribble.
King keeps his run going. Darnell King. King, it's saved. Arteaga blocked down, second chance, saved. Chaos there in the box, but it's out for a corner.
Great touch by King to get himself in a good position to keep his run going. Watches King gets himself in behind with a great touch on his head. Arteaga's the next player to get this opportunity as this ball gets bounced out, but Trejo is right there to clean it up. Arteaga has that option on his left side instead of trying to fight past 2 more RGV defenders. A great run by King, just not able to stay on his feet enough to get a good look on frame.
Well, Trejo's now scored in 3 straight games, and Arteaga wants to join him in that category as well. Both of them has been neck and neck all season long for the team goal-scoring lead. Currently, a player down here for Phoenix is Darnell King.
Arteaga a little too selfish in the box too, where Trejo, you could see him yelling and pointing to his feet that he's open inside the area. Arteaga just dribbling into a space that would have been very difficult to look to convert against Derek.
King back on his feet after that long run.
King makes the run inside, and as soon as he releases the ball, it's good defensive pressure. King's feet stay in the path as they continue to run. So you can tell that RGV doesn't get stuck in, and no foul.
That is unfortunately going to be the end of the night for Darnell King. Tough way for it to end, but it will be a substitution, and it's Gabby Torres who comes on. Team high 5 assists as Torres enters. Plenty of versatility. Joma ended up going over to right back. We'll see how it all shakes out. Another corner kick brought to you by Carvana, proud sponsor of Phoenix Rising. Carvana will drive you happy. In swinger. Bouncing in for Trejo. Handball against Trejo.
Trejo is a player that RGV has identified as a massive threat once he gets inside the box. So 3 different defenders closing down on Trejo. Referee giving a stern talking to. Trejo can't kick the ball after the whistle is blown.
There's Darnell King making the walk-off. Nice applause from some of the fans.
Torres brings a lot onto the field as a winger. This is the opportunity from King, where he got injured, a little shoved behind, but no foul as Arteaga looks for another opportunity.
Some signal right away for it.
Torres is a great sub because he's a hard worker. He can do the work in the attack in the way that King took an opportunity on, but Torres is going to be used a lot defensively within the way that RGV has tried with their high press and is starting to possess a little bit more as this match goes on.
That is a guy that loves these fans. The fans love him right back, who just made his 100th appearance for Phoenix Rising on Wednesday against Sacramento. See the appreciation they have for him as he walks all the way around and back to the locker room. Here's Francois curling this in. Ricketts was up for it, torting his body to get his head to it, but it's out of play.
Ricketts getting into the attack, just jumping over top of multiple Phoenix defenders. Watch as this ball comes inside. It's well timed, but just isn't able to get over top of the ball and get it down.
Get your tickets now for Rising's next match. It'll be in a couple of weeks for Phoenix Rising against Detroit City FC. You can get tickets by calling 623-594-9606 or visit phxrisingfc.com. Tickets start at just $25. Here's Francois moving off to the far side. Cabezas. No Darce.
RGV being patient, isn't going to force anything as Phoenix has dropped every single line back defensively, but there's space centrally in the middle of the field, exactly where the referee is standing, that RGV isn't taking up. If they can find themselves in pockets where Phoenix isn't living, there's more space on the opposite side of the field to try and switch the point of direction or the point of attack a little bit faster.
I mentioned the importance of this game coming into play tonight with RGV coming in below the playoff line. Currently El Paso is losing to Monterey Bay, which is good for all the teams below the playoff line. That would keep El Paso at 35 points, but for this RGV side, including today, 5 of their final 7 games are against teams above the playoff line, that being in either conference, because 4 of their final 7 are against the Eastern Conference, and a yellow card is coming out here. Looks like Davila will have his name taken.
This is RGV trying to flick the ball on. Stenberg going up and Davila going up as well. I don't see a yellow card as Davila and Stenberg are going up at the same time. It's a jump at the same time, so I'm not sure where they see that yellow to Davila.
Here's Harvey. Vila dispossesses. Francois for Cabezas. Always felt like he was off balance coming up to that shot. And a goal kick coming.
RGV's found some moments in this one, 4 shots, but none of them have been on target. So it's been a good improvement in the sense that they're finding opportunities in the final third early, but have to be a little bit more clinical with their details.
Cabezas. Long distribution. Francois for Ruiz. Fuenmayor steps in. It's turned over. Davila, and now this runs all the way through Galindrez, but Stenberg, a big block put in. Trejo trying to get out. He was fouled by Nodarce.
Stenberg with a massive tackle, using his left leg too to go down. So dangerous as he gets inside. Watches Stenberg, rather his right leg, extends it as he's taking the shot. Stenberg in the right place at the right time, continuing to follow his attacker.
RGV coming into play here tonight with just 1 win in their last 6 games, but they have posted 2 clean sheets over their last 4 against Phoenix and against San Antonio. 2 pretty good attacks to keep off the board. As Traore comes forward, curling this in. That is a great goal, and it's Arteaga on the end of it. These 2 goal scorers just keep it churning for Phoenix. 2-0.
A beautiful ball from Traore to notice that Arteaga is making that run in behind. He picks his head up and he splits multiple defenders to find Arteaga on far post. Well done by Traore to set up this whole opportunity by taking a touch inside, and watch as soon as he makes that touch, Arteaga releases his run, sees that opportunity to find himself in behind. Traore keeps the ball on the ground. It's low, it's driven hard, so all Arteaga has to do is to redirect this one in the back of the net. A great ball from Traore to keep it away from the final foot of the last defender.
It's Trejo and it's Arteaga. That's now goals in 3 straight for both of them. And for Arteaga, up to 14 goals. They just keep going back and forth. And when you have 2 strikers like that in form, boy, can you be dangerous. And that's exactly what Phoenix has at their disposal right now.
Trejo and Arteaga, not only can they score, but they can also set each other up. And it's two massive players that Phoenix has in their arsenal. And as they look to make this playoff push and find themselves in a really good position towards the end of the season, you want two massive goal scorers that can help and can contribute when one is on the field, when one might need to come off. It just creates more depth.
And to that point, it's 3 goals in his last 3 games. He also has an assist over that span as well. But for Mo Traore, that is his first goal contribution here with Phoenix Rising, the loanee from LAFC. Now it gets a little bit tougher coming on the road for RGV tonight. Armenakis, Gabby Torres, the cutback for Armenakis.
Armenakis just continuing his run. Phoenix is picking up so much space in the middle of the field that RGV is not living in, and they can continue to go by picking up those balls and just dribbling. That's created so many opportunities for Phoenix. RGV is going to have to close those gaps by getting their midfield in there a lot sooner. RGV right now, where is a midfielder stepping to a player centrally who has the ball at their feet? RGV is just giving away so much possession to Phoenix, which is building confidence as they build into the final third.
Armenakis was fouled. Frustration from RGV. Referee had put his magic spray down and said, no, this is where I need to take it from. Phoenix with 10 shots in this game, 4 of them on target. RGV with 5, and they have not tested Rocco Rios Novo tonight with a shot.
For RGV, they've been in the final third 41 times to Phoenix only 15 times. So it shows that RGV is getting opportunities to at least live in the areas where they can be dangerous. But it's in transition that Phoenix has taken the moments and made the most out of it.
Here's Pinzon. Ricketts. Cut out by Gabby Torres. Pinzon. Pinzon deflecting, and Rios Novo got a hand to it. Nearly one back for RGV. Nutmeg there by Cabezas. No Darce. And RGV will keep it moving. As you mentioned, they're living in good areas. Now can they put one in?
That final pass from RGV has to be a little bit more clinical because they had that confidence, and now it allows for Phoenix to get out in transition.
Joma, Armenakis. Armenakis! Derek makes the save and keeps this one out.
A great save by Phoenix to make the initial switch of his body to the right side. And watch as this ball comes inside again in transition. That's where Phoenix wants their opportunities. They're not looking to build and create because RGV, now that they're in the attacking third, they have so many numbers forward that Phoenix has numbers up once they do get the ball.
Zone. Pressure there by Traore. Cabezas right through the middle. Arteaga, he was fouled. And this will be a yellow card. Frank Nodarse.
Nodarse struggling to get back into his defensive shape, and all that he had the opportunity to do was hold down Arteaga in that moment, rather using his left foot to stop Arteaga going out in transition. It's a tactical decision as well, as Nodarse knows that he's not going to get back into the spot to slow down Phoenix attack going forward.
A caution is issued by the referee to Rio Grande Valley FC Toros number 15, Frank Nodarse.
We're into 4 minutes of stoppage time. Hernandez kept that alive, and Armanakis coming forward. Shipping it out wide, Manjoma just regains his balance. Manjoma trying to put in a dangerous area, taken by Derek. I'd be curious to ask Juan Guerra this week about where he would rank this first half performance. I think it would probably be pretty high across this season so far.
A lot of problem solving. Not only has Phoenix looked really good once they've gotten their few touches inside the box, have been clinical to finish them or at least test the goalkeeper. Also defensively, 3 big saves, not only from the goalkeeper, but also from Stenberg and from the outside backs. It's been a complete effort here in the first half.
Harvey. Here's Hernandez. Armanakis. Hernandez. Gabby Torres. Armanakis gonna float this forward and out of play.
Phoenix picking up the space again centrally that RGV is giving them, and it's allowing...
Spilled there by Derek. And now the flag is up. Well, I guess the referee has called the end of the first half. Well, Phoenix won't mind. 2 goals, Trejo and Arteaga, who else? And they have dominated this first half.
Phoenix has done a great job of stopping what RGV has brought them in the attacking third. However, in transition, it's Trejo, Arteaga, and it's Harvey underneath who's helped create by really living and dominating the central areas to allow Phoenix to be so dominant in the first 45.
Now we have reached halftime here from 38th Street in Washington in Phoenix, Arizona. And Rising, boy, they are on a mission for a 9-point week. They lead 2-0 at halftime over RGV. Stay with us for halftime.
Who do you want to be? Where do you want to go? How fast do you want to get there? At Gateway Community College, you can achieve a career that takes you places in less time and for less money. Opportunity is not just for the select few. Living better is for everyone. Let us help you discover your future.
Hey, Rising fans. Spring is in the air and Circle K has what you thirst for. Stay cool with our famous Polar Pop Cups that stay cold longer. Fill your cup with your favorite flavor or mix it up to create your own. Or try our freshly ground iced coffee starting at just $1.89. While you're here, mix and match any 2 roller grill items, just 2 for $4. Check out these hot deals and cool down at Circle K, America's thirst stop and proud sponsor of Phoenix Rising.
Sanderson Ford gives back. They support local sports.
They support local businesses, restaurants, and music.
Y organizaciones en nuestra comunidad latina.
My favorite event is Operation Santa Claus.
And mine is the Cave Creek Rodeo.
I love participating in the Guardian Games with my son Evan for Special Olympics Arizona.
Your business has allowed Sanderson Charities to give back to all these local charities. We've been paying it forward for 68 years. Thank you.
Equality Health is giving doctors more time to be doctors, so they can give you the care you deserve. Ask if your doctor is part of the Equality Health Network today. Equality Health. Caring is back.
Halftime here from Phoenix. It is 2-0 in favor of Phoenix Rising. Well, let's see if some of these players, they've been scoring goals, but are they smarter than a 5th grader, Anna?
I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Maybe.
It's just moose. It's moose. That's what I said. A couple of moose. A couple of mooses. Trick question. Joke. But I don't want to answer. Joke, 5th graders. I know what a moose. A couple of moose are. Mooses. Mooses. 8. 6. 6. I was 6. I was telling him the answer telepathically. 6. 6. Red, yellow, blue. Roy G. Red, yellow, blue. Oh, yeah. All of them. Sides? 2? 2 sides are parallel. Oh, I thought like equal sides. Not bad. Man, Cruz is 6th grade smart. There's not.
For Phoenix Rising, as it is 2-0 here at halftime. Phoenix leading RGV. It has been a good one so far for Phoenix, and we'll see what is to come for Phoenix here. There's some human hamster balls, I guess, on the field. I don't know what you call those things, but anyway, this is what is to come for Phoenix. A trip to Tulsa, but 3 of the next 5 will be at home for Phoenix, and all against crucial opponents.
Tulsa, a team just out of the playoffs. However, Detroit City right in it in the Eastern Conference, Indy in it as well. Some really competitive teams for Phoenix, so they're going to have to stay on the top of their game if they want to compete for a playoff spot.
Yeah, next 3 against Eastern Conference opposition, El Paso and Orange County. Those will be big games as well, coming down the end of the month here for Phoenix Rising. As for what is to come, though, in terms of the playoffs, this is where it stands, and Phoenix might have better odds if they can get 3 points here tonight.
Phoenix, 93% chance of getting in the playoffs. 6th best opportunity in the Western Conference. A really good spot. However, still plenty of soccer left to be played this regular season, so it's going to have to stay within consistent form and finding goals the way that they've been able to do tonight.
We are at halftime here. Oh boy, we got the full show on display here at 38th Street in Washington. Hamster ball soccer.
Wow, that hurt.
They're going after it, and so is Phoenix Rising. They're up 2-0.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Only 4 home games left. Don't miss the chance to see your Phoenix Rising go head-to-head with Detroit City as they battle to secure a postseason appearance right here in Central Phoenix off 38th Street in Washington. Saturday, September 16th at 7:30. Tickets to the match start at $25, and the 2-time Western Conference champions are just 5 stops on the Valley Metro to Phoenix and Tempe. Visit phxrisingfc.com or call 623-594-9606 for more information.
The halftime festivities continuing here in Phoenix. It's football season, so, you know, we're getting the hit sticks out. We're all ready for the big hits. And they're bringing it here at 38th Street in Washington. South End enjoying their halftime intermission. It's 2-0 in favor of Phoenix Rising. And plenty going on around the USL Championship at this point in the season. A big transfer for Grady Oceandina going to Feyenoord. And, of course, the playoff push is well underway.
42 days until the end of the USL Championship regular season, so plenty of soccer left to be played, but it's still coming down to that crucial point where every match counts.
And what is to come in terms of the schedule? Well, some games tomorrow, a couple, and then 1 midweek, and then 3 on the weekend. We're just keep on churning through this regular season.
Looking forward to that Charleston Battery San Diego Loyal match next Saturday. Battery have been really playing good, solid soccer, and so have the Loyal. So should be a good competition next weekend with plenty of other good USL Championship matches.
Charleston getting a 1-0 win tonight over New Mexico, as you can see there on the scoreboard. And Louisville also, they actually won that game 3-2, but Monterey Bay, how about that? They finally got a win.
Back-to-back wins for Monterey Bay. Colorado Springs Switchbacks dropping 2 matches in a row, this time to Lou City. Good matches around the league. Detroit City and Memphis 901 drawing as well.
So some interesting results around the league here tonight. We will have the second half from Phoenix. No more hamster balls on the field. We got the real thing coming up next. It's 2-0 to Phoenix Rising at halftime. Second half is next.
Equality Health is giving doctors more time to be doctors, so they can give you the care you deserve. Ask if your doctor is part of the Equality Health Network today. Equality Health. Caring is back.
Who do you want to be? Where do you want to go? How fast do you want to get there? At Gateway Community College, you can achieve a career that takes you places in less time and for less money. Opportunity is not just for the select few. Living better is for everyone. Let us help you discover your future.
Join Arizona's only professional soccer club as it goes head-to-head with Detroit City at the team's new home. Visit phxrisingfc.com or call 623-594-9606 for ticket information.
Tonight's broadcast of Phoenix Rising FC is presented by Equality Health. Carvana will drive you happy. And by NAU Nationwide. First half highlights. Well, we hope you joined us right away because it didn't take long for Phoenix to get on the board, and it was who else but Denny Trejo to open the scoring.
Trejo finding himself in the half space just in front of the RGV back line. RGV has been giving away the space in front of their defense and right behind their midfield all match long. Phoenix has taken full advantage of those opportunities by breaking lines and continuing to get opportunities wide. It didn't stop from there. It was a great ball from Traore into the attack. Arteaga does a good job of beating his defender and slotting that one home, but RGV has not sat back in their low block at all. They have created multiple opportunities. 6 shots, have only created 1 shot on target, but it's been a good match for RGV trying to get into the attack and an even better defensive performance from Phoenix. Phoenix out in transition, continuing to go because the opportunities are there as RGV's back line is stepping really high as they get their opportunities in the attack. It's a good ball in to the 18. Phoenix is not able to convert on that one, but a really good, solid first half performance by Phoenix on both sides of the pitch.
And that's the stats will show. Everything in favor of Phoenix. RGV, though, as you mentioned in the first half, we're getting in good areas, just not really converting.
The possession's fairly equal. RGV's possessed 48% of this match, and they've lived higher up the field, not just aimlessly switching the point of attack, but passing with a purpose. 6 shots, however, for Phoenix Rising has been way more clinical with their opportunities. 11 shots, 5 of those on target.
We welcome you back here to Phoenix Rising Stadium at 38th Street in Washington. With Anna Whitty, I'm Josh Eastern. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Some USL Championship action here in the Western Conference. A substitution to tell you about. It is Carlos Harvey coming off the field. Renzo Zambrano is the one coming on. And there's the whistle. 45 more minutes tonight from Phoenix. Phoenix trying to end RGV's 2-game win streak in this series. And so far, so good.
Phoenix bringing on Zambrano. When we spoke with Coach Guerra, he talked about the long-range shooting and who has the best shot from outside the 18. Zambrano is one of those massive pieces for them in the attack. So he's going to be looking not only to help create in the central areas that RGV has given up in the first half, but can take those opportunities from range too.
Joma chests this down, cuts it out. RGV, they played on Wednesday as well, and they were held off the score sheet. They're trying to get on the scoreboard this week. Coming off a performance last week against San Diego, in which they also fell down 2-0. And once the second half started, they actually got it back to 2-2. They have come back from a 2-0 deficit not too long ago, but on the road might be a different story against this Phoenix team that is in its best form of the season, I think it's fair to say. As Phoenix is looking for their first 3-game win streak of the year.
Phoenix has been really solid in the attack, not only with their high press where Arteaga is leading that, but it's the space in front of the back line just continues to be there from RGV, and it's a ton of space where players like Hernandez, Torres, and Joma can get into the attack and help create because of that massive gap that RGV is giving them.
Gonna slide this in behind, kind deflection. Francois looks in field and tries to cut it back. Trejo's there to collect it for Phoenix. Trejo again, dispossessed by Cabezas. Phoenix haven't won 3 straight league games since last April. They won on that nice win streak last April. They won 6 straight in all competitions. That included a couple in the US Open Cup as well. Phoenix started the season very well. Obviously, changes were made. Juan Guerra has really told this team and told everybody around him to stay patient, trust the process, if you will. So many new players coming in this year, battled a lot of injuries. They didn't get to play the same starting lineup until at least midway through the season. Maybe in July was the first time they got to do that, once they got everybody healthy. Now you're starting to see it come together. Players starting to understand how to play with each other and understand the system.
It's not only been players getting healthy for Phoenix, but it's also been some key players defensively that have come up big in this game and in several games of late. John Stenberg, being one of those players, allows Phoenix to play out of a 3-back, which gives more freedom in the attack. More players can get higher into areas where they can be more of a threat because they trust who they have holding down the 4 on the back line.
Benitez lays it off, Cabezas. Benitez going to chip this in behind. Stenberg able to cut this one out. Francois wants to go quick on the throw, but he'll hand it off to Benitez instead. Galindrez. Francois ran right into his teammate Ruiz. Here he is. Ruiz was pushed. It's a free kick.
Arteaga rather, fouling in a vulnerable spot where RGV's good at these set pieces, and they've gotten some confidence in this match with the amount that they've been able to possess and the amount that they've been able to be in the final third. Some good pieces in the air as well. So for Phoenix, staying touch tight inside the 18 to clear this one out.
Pinzon serves it in. Nothing doing. Ruiz. Davila stepping forward. Davila gets it back. Shooting chance. It's on target, but bounces into the arms of Rios Novo. And here's Armanakis in space. Looking to put this in behind. Derek coming off his line, and he is there.
Good decision by Derek to step off his line, because as soon as Arteaga receives that ball, he's going towards goal and has already beaten his defender.
Possession to start this second half for RGV. Hinsner finds Francois. Sliding this forward. Davila goes through the middle. Cut out as far as Cabezas. Another cross headed away by Traore. Flicked along, Galindrez. Across the face of goal and out for, should be a goal kick.
Galindrez with a great ball just on top of the 6. No one's there to convert, but it's one of the fewer good chances from RGV that close to goal in this match. RGV's found their way into the 6 and have been a little bit more of a threat inside the box here to start the second.
When wellness for mind and body is the goal, Day One Sparkling Water and CBD is always a win-win. with 20 milligrams of CBD, real fruit juice, zero sugar, and refreshing effervescence. Score yours at the concession stand today. Your better tomorrow starts today with day one. Benitez. Torres tracking back to head it out of play. Galindrez lays it back. Trying to get a shot away. Pinzon taken down, and Phoenix racing back the other way. Armanakis was brought down, and now here's Torres. Kinsner cuts it out.
Good idea by Torres. The opportunity was there to cut it back and let the defender to continue his run, and then the space would open up, not only to pass it, but also to continue your run with the dribble. Just not able to connect, but in transition, that continues to be the opportunities for Phoenix.
A yellow card will be shown. Ricky Ruiz into the book, and this is why.
Ruiz, rather, RGV getting themselves inside the box. That's been zone dribbling, and Ruiz dropping back defensively, wraps his hands around the rising player. Unnecessarily, doesn't need to bring him down like that. That's a fair yellow.
The 9 games across the USL Championship today, 5 road teams have either won or are currently winning. Their games in action now. Sacramento 1-0 over Oakland. Orange County 3-0 over Vegas, and another free kick is coming, and maybe a yellow card coming with it. It will go to Gabby Torres.
Torres on the left shoulder of his defender, tracking back defensively. Doesn't get in stride with him quite yet, and just checks him instead of going for the ball. Watches Torres just leans his right shoulder into the player rather than looking to go for the ball.
Set piece coming. Chance for RGV to put this in a good area and try to pull one back. Davila sends it in. It's flicked in front. He came too quick for Galindrez, and he couldn't control it.
A perfect ball inside the box. RGV just not able to use their right foot instead of their left foot. Watches this ball as an in-swinger coming inside, and instead of using the left foot, the right foot's the better option because it would have had a better direction on frame. With the insteps, the good idea as well. Just not into the right area. Galindrez, with a good opportunity in the right spot, just chooses the wrong foot.
I wonder if that small deflection also may have put him off just a bit. Stenberg, bouncing ball back for Rios Novo. Pinzon. And here's Ruiz. Davila. Armanakis weaving out of trouble. Trying to shake Cabezas. Joma couldn't get onto it. It's put out for a throw-in.
Good defensive pressure by Arteaga to keep that ball pinned in. RGV back in possession. They've looked really good to start this second half, have created the most chances for themselves with several shots on target. Phoenix is just sitting back and waiting and choosing their moments to go forward out in the attack, but RGV is starting to piece together and figure out the details to get inside the 18 a bit more.
Ricketts had to be careful with Torres oncoming, throwing to RGV. Here comes RGV. It's Galindrez. Touched away by Fuenmayor. Chipping it forward. Ricketts muscled off the ball. It was a foul against RGV. When it comes to a sports injury, the unknown can be unsettling, but there's one thing that can calm that uncertainty: an answer. Mayo Clinic uncovers answers every day through exploration, teamwork, and innovation. Answers that can lead to more answers and to find a path forward. So if you're looking for answers related to a sports injury, you know where to go. Learn more at sportsmedicine.mayoclinic.org. Cut this in. Here's Ruiz. And Benitez. Sending this out of play.
Benitez looking for the option on the far right side of the field. Just a little too direct with that ball. Could have been a shot from that opportunity as well. A really good build-up from RGV to get into that dangerous spot, connecting passes and breaking some Phoenix lines.
Joma motoring forward. Got a push to help him along. Armanakis. Hernandez.
Phoenix now living on the ball a little bit more, getting some possession and being patient instead of going out in transition like we saw them do early in the game. RGV has picked up the players in the half spaces and made it a little bit more difficult for them to pick the ball up and go out quicker.
Trejo tries to move this along. The chances have been few and far between for Phoenix. Still no shots in the second half. Referee wants to put it back in play quick, and RGV does. All the way off to the far side. His legs cut out from him, and Traore, he might have his name taken now. A yellow card.
RGV with an opportunity out on the right side of the field. Traore just a little too much pressure. Instead of just slowing his feet in that moment, doesn't have to win the ball. His right foot gets stuck in.
Lopez, Frame, Cerro all coming on here in a moment. First 3 subs of the night for RGV. The first one, Cristiano Francois. Maybe Jonathan Ricketts coming off as well. And Juan Galindrez, the other. Lopez coming on, 2 goals, 2 assists, very experienced player across the USL. Time with Sacramento, OKC, San Antonio, and Los Dos. Now Davila puts this in, glancing header, and pushed away by Rios Nova, but the flag is up for offside.
Good idea from RGV, out quickly, and it's a good ball inside, just not able to make sure they were in an onside position as that ball gets kicked. Watch as it comes from the wide areas. It's the late runner who gets lost, but instead stays offside as this ball drops perfectly. A great save by Rios Novo to dive down quickly and just get a hand on that ball to push it wide.
Fans, be sure to visit your local Arizona Financial Credit Union branch to get your Phoenix Rising debit card. It's a great way to support the team and spread the word. Visit arizonafinancial.org. Slipped in behind. Lopez was offside.
Lopez, with his experience, not only last year scoring 6 goals, this year 2 goals, 2 assists, and his 20th game with RGV. He knows how they want to play, out in transition or within possession. Just making sure as that lone 9, he's making the right runs and timing it perfectly with how Phoenix is stepping up as well.
Fuenmayor looking for that long switch of play. That's something that Longuera wanted to see. Temprano, Armanakis. Foul against Cabezas. Rios Novo under some pressure. Laid off for Hernandez, and here he comes. Space to work into. Manjoma, this takes him a bit wide, tries to cut it back and put out a play. Really Phoenix's first venture forward in a long time, and they do get a corner out of it.
As Kinsner's dropping back, just has to get down and get his left foot on it. It's a good play out wide by Manjoma. Manjoma trying to isolate himself with a cross inside, and Phoenix getting some life underneath themselves by a good build out, not just trying to pitch it over the top. Arteaga.
It's a Carvana corner kick. Proud sponsor of Phoenix Rising. Carvana will drive you happy. Play it short. Hernandez lifting this in. Stenberg on the chase. Stenberg loses out. And now RGV coming forward. Stenberg. This will be a yellow card. I think he knew exactly what he was doing.
Good tactical decision by Stenberg. Not in the position where he wants to be as that true center back. And once he loses the ball, he knows he's in danger. So watch as Stenberg, he gets his right arm on the defender, rather his left arm, just to pull down the RGV attacker so that he can get set back where he needs to be.
Benitez. Nice touch there in the middle by Ruiz, and it's turned over. Trejo.
Great ball by Stenberg, finding Trejo as the outlet. Just a little bit of an awkward touch to keep that at the feet. And Stenberg has allowed not only good defensive play, but we've seen a lot of Traore get into the attack and help Phoenix. And that's because Stenberg has held down so much on the back line. It allows the freedom of him and Fuenmayor to get up.
There was Fuenmayor to head that away. Davila deflected out of play. A corner kick coming for RGV.
Great build-up by RGV, patient, and at the last second takes an opportunity to find the back of the net. Davila creating a set-piece opportunity for his side. RGV now with 9 shots in this match, continuing to grow as this match goes on.
Another in-swinger. Rios Nova was caught up in some traffic. Phoenix do get this out. High lofted ball in. And will find its intended target. Here's Pinzon. Another whip ball in. Traore to head it away. Cerro turning, trying to find his way in field. Cerro in his first season with RGV, product out of SIU Edwardsville, and last played for Chattanooga FC. This rolls out of play.
A good build and good possession from RGV, but it stayed isolated on the right side of the field. There was options to switch the point of attack, and if RGV wants to continue to build and get opportunities, there has to be a little bit more movement, and they have to be way more dynamic once they do receive the ball and are in possession to get inside the 18 more.
Armanakis. Manjoma. Manjoma sends the cross in, too tall for Trejo. Torres. Armanakis was coming. He didn't know that Arteaga was waiting all alone.
A lot of numbers getting forward from Phoenix, and not just overloading the right side of the field, but anticipating that ball coming inside the box. It's a great touch by Manjoma to get outside, and Manjoma's been doing that all night long, creating the chances from the wide areas, has an assist this season, and that's an area that RGV has noticed, and they want to make sure that when Manjoma gets those crosses inside the box, everyone's marked up.
Cerro in tight quarters. Here's Davila. Intercepted by Traore. Phoenix will keep it. Oh, it's a loose back pass. And Rios Novo had to be alert to it, and he was.
A very high line that Rios Novo was holding to step up that quickly against an RGV player flying in, trying to intercept that back pass.
On the turn, Lopez trying to fire that into a dangerous area. Torres for Arteaga. Kinsner. And this is a foul against Arteaga.
Arteaga had his hands all over the RGV defender as he's trying to win that ball. It's a good call by the referee because of how handsy Arteaga was to get into the final third. Arteaga, rather, has had his opportunities, especially in the first half, and it hasn't been on as direct in the second half as Phoenix would like to get him in behind.
The best play on a new Ford is at Sanderson Ford, Arizona's largest Ford dealership. The game in Oakland has gone final. Sacramento has taken down Oakland by 1-0. So Sacramento back in the win column after a couple of straight losses. But more importantly for Phoenix, that means if they hold on to 3 points tonight, they will jump Oakland up into 4th spot. That is the highest they have been all season long.
4th spot would be really important because they would be able to host the first round of the playoffs. Getting in the top 4 is extremely important. It puts Phoenix in a good spot.
Benitez. It does come with the caveat that San Diego is playing now 2 less games than them on just 25 games played. They play tomorrow against Birmingham Legion. As this one's rolled centrally, Fuenmayor get it out. No doubt some interesting games coming. Cross floor to the back post, too far. Benitez. He'll serve it back in. It's a corner kick, and Mo Traore is down here for Phoenix. Traore needing assistance here. Already missing Darnell King to injury, and see Danny Trejo now leading the Golden Boot race. That's what happens when you score 6 and 7, 9 and 11, and 10 and 14. It's pretty good.
I'd say that's amazing from Trejo, and his ability not only to score, but the assist on top of it. Extremely impressive. Here's that goal in the opening minutes from Trejo from distance, upper left-hand side of the net. Perfect placement, and doesn't even take that much time to get his groove into the game, to figure out RGV's back line and taking advantage of those gaps.
Now that was maybe 90 to 100 seconds into the game. Another in-swinger, this bouncing in. Arteaga heads it away. Loaded forward. Ruiz to the back post, knotted down. Zambrano was there to attack it. Frame for Cerro. Down the line for Cerro. It's Out of play, and this is time. It's a goal kick.
RGV giving so many different looks down both sides of the field. Stenberg put it into it at the very end, but it's been much better from RGV just in the terms of switching the point of attack once they do get the ball in the attacking third.
Substitution for Rio Grande Valley FC Toros. Entering the match is number 14, Michael Knapp.
And it's Michael Knapp who will be coming onto the field. There will also be a couple of subs coming for Phoenix Rising. Eric Formella, Henry Uzochukwu, Uzo coming on.
Substitutions for Phoenix Rising FC.
And it will be Arteaga coming off, as well as Mo Traore. Two players coming off, the two that combined on this beautiful goal. Great assist there from Traore, his first in a Phoenix Rising shirt.
Arteaga with a great performance tonight for Phoenix. Not only can he score, but also chase RGV's back line whenever they had the ball all game long. Has a massive engine on him and will be a big piece in the remaining few games this season.
Number 15, Henry Uzochukwu. Leaving the match is number 5, Mohamed Traore.
Trejo chasing this, but it's Derek who clears it away. Here's Manjoma. Mayor ahead for Uzo. Score your new career at Gateway Community College. With Gateway, you can achieve your dream career in less time and for less money. Get started at gatewaycc.edu. Trejo. There's Michael Knapp stepping in. First season with RGV after spending the last couple of years with New York Red Bulls 2. Punched away from Pinzon. And now a set piece coming for RGV. Quite a few of these. Phoenix probably want to avoid these sorts of set pieces in these final 10 plus.
It's been a lot of the true 9 for Phoenix, dropping back defensively and creating fouls instead of just dropping back in general and setting your feet and getting in good position to defend the ball. Too many crucial errors in spots where RGV is good at converting goals.
Davila ready to deliver. Davila going for goal. It's on target, and it's saved by Rios Novo.
A great opportunity from Davila. Why not take that shot yourself? It's low, it's driven on the ground. He beats the wall by going around it, and then at least trying to find that inside of the right-hand side of the goal. Great stop again by Rios Novo, who's made some really good decisions of when to step and when to dive tonight.
Juan Mayor stepping up to it, switching the play. Controlled well off the chest of Trejo. Stenberg. Player down is Danny Trejo. Pinzon. Lopez into the corner. Lopez deflected. Manjoma flicks it away. Off the corner flag and out for a throw-in.
Lopez looking for somebody far post. It's a great build by Lopez, beating his defender on the left side of the field, but nobody, RGV, getting involved in that attack.
Knapp on the chase, all the way back for Nodarse to chase. Hernandez. Phoenix is trying to see this through the finish line. 7 minutes remain. Both goals coming in the first half. Second minute, Trejo. 39th minute, Arteaga.
Trejo and Arteaga with two very different goals. One being an opportunity from Trejo, creating it himself centrally. The second one with a great ball in behind shows the diversity of this Phoenix side and how they can create, from creating an opportunity by a team or also creating an opportunity by individual creativity.
Trying to cut this in from a tough angle. Rios Novo holds on to it. Cerro getting that shot away.
Ball goes right into the hands of Rios Novo. It's a good turn by RGV, but it's right into the path of Rios Novo. Instead, connecting maybe one extra ball where a better opportunity on frame.
Substitution tip coming. It's Taylor Davila coming off. Robert Coronado will be entering in his second stint here with RGV, spending 2019 and 2020 with the club. 2021 he spent with OKC, and now returning.
Davila coming off the pitch. He's just a player who's provided so much centrally all game, all season. His knowledge of the game, but also what he can create in that midfield line.
And Rios Novo comes up with this one yet again.
Shot from distance from RGV, a two-touch hit. Watch as this ball drops perfectly to him, looking for that upper left-hand side of the goal. Rios Novo jumping out the right time. A good shot from Cerro.
There'll be one more sub coming for Phoenix. Daniel Crutzen will be coming on. Crutzen, who has worked his way back from injury. It'll be the end of the night for John Stenberg. This will be the final sub for Phoenix as well.
Substitution for Phoenix Rising.
Stenberg, one of the best players on the field for Phoenix tonight.
Entering the match is number 4.
Yellow card to Juan Guerra.
Leading the match is
Not sure for what.
John Stenberg. A caution has been issued by the referee. The Phoenix Rising FC bench.
I think the bench is being generous.
It's pretty direct to Guerra, I would say.
Orange County have added another. They're up 4-1 against Las Vegas. Orange County might have something to say about that race at the top. A game in hand and 5 points behind Sacramento. San Antonio also playing tomorrow. They will take on Tulsa.
Now Phoenix just has to maintain the ball.
Here's Ruiz. Tries to square it. There was nobody there in a blue shirt.
Taking care of the details is so important for Phoenix. Just under 3 minutes remaining in this match. Get on the ball, pass it, connect passes, make sure the ball's living higher up the field, and Don't test your back line, who's had a brand new center back just step into the match.
Armanakis blocked down. Zambrano. Phoenix looking for a 5th clean sheet this season if they can get it here tonight. Another whistle. There's Uzo going down.
Uzo looking to receive the ball, and RGV defender just coming in so tight unnecessarily, but it's a good trap initially from Uzo. Releases the ball. No reason to continue that run into Uzo.
Manchoma. It's a foul. Trying for the big switch. Instead, it's turned over for Mella. Has Trejo in the middle, Armanakis as well. Here's Panos Armanakis to settle. Couldn't get the shot away.
Phoenix still hasn't had a shot on target here in the second half, and that was the best opportunity to create one. Mella was a good ball played into him in behind, and just too many touches inside the box trying to convert.
Rio Snova already with 5 saves in this match. The most he's had to make in a game since facing Monterey Bay back at the end of July. It's been work tonight, and especially in this second half. 4 shots on target on 6 shots. Phoenix with 0 shots on target and 0 shots in general in the second half.
Phoenix hasn't been able to create much of anything. However, they've looked to just possess and get their midfield on the ball once they receive it. It's been a huge credit to Phoenix back line and how they've weathered what RGV has put inside the box and how they've been trying to create in their own attacking third. It's been somewhat direct in moments from RGV, making themselves unpredictable, but way more of an attack, of a presence in the final third here in the second half.
The 4th official has indicated there will be a minimum of 4 minutes.
It's 4 minutes added on at the end of this second half. Phoenix looking for a 3rd straight win. Can do a lot of damage in the Western Conference when you get 3 straight wins, especially in this quick of succession. Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday. Look at a week off before they head to Tulsa to face a few of their former friends, likes of club president Sam Dorr and Blair Gavin, who is now the head man at FC Tulsa.
You mentioned the 3 back-to-back wins in 7 days is a massive plus for this Phoenix side, and it says a lot about their depth as well, the players that they've been able to rotate into certain possessions, some new players that are coming into the starting 11 who've fit in seamlessly enough for them to get results. So something that Coach Gariside has to be really happy about with where they're at in the season and how they're able to get some wins.
Kinsner sends it forward, chested down. Armanakis. Knapp almost got caught. Here he is. Cerro. Tried to leave it off, but Hernandez wins it back for Phoenix. Midway through the minimum of 4 minutes. That's a foul with Crutzen going down. Phoenix will finally end this 2-game losing streak in the series to RGV, and RGV still has never won a game here in Phoenix. Closest they've been was technically a penalty kick shootout win a few years ago in the playoffs, but that's technically a draw.
RGV's put in a good performance, especially in the second half, and the biggest thing for them going forward is converting the chances. 12 shots, 5 shots on target. It's a lot of opportunities without anything to show. So RGV, they have the pieces, but it's connecting those details as they move forward in this latter half of the season.
It's a very experienced team. They've made the playoffs the last 2 years. Trying to make it 3 straight. Played into the box, Coronado. Now here's Uzo. Coronado yet again, serves it in, it's headed clear. Knapp coming forward. Derek, maybe one more opportunity here for RGV. It's headed out of play. And that is it. Phoenix Rising have won 3 straight games. Tonight, a 2-0 win at home against RGV as they are vaulting their way up the Western Conference standings.
A complete performance by Phoenix tonight. Goals from Arteaga and Trejo from distance, from inside the area, showing their ability to get on the ball and create. Not a great second half from this Phoenix side, but defensively, they were able to do what they need to get it done. RGV came in and did not sit back and did not hold back, created some chances, 5 shots on target, 12 shots in this match. Just not enough to push it past Rios Novo tonight.
And it's a clean sheet for Phoenix Rising, so we can take a look at tonight's save of the match. It is presented by Truly Nolan. Most saves he's had to make in a game since Monterey Bay, but this was a good one.
Rios Novo initially thought the ball was going to his right and made the last second switch to his left to see this one out with his left hand. The ball comes inside and Stenberg trying to clear it. Rios Novo has to make a last-minute stop, and it's a great save by the Phoenix goalkeeper.
Full time here from 38th Street and Washington in Phoenix. Rising has won 3 straight games. They now sit in 4th place in the Western Conference. We'll come back and wrap things up. Phoenix wins it 2-0.
Sanderson Ford gives back. They support local sports.
They support local businesses, restaurants, and music.
Y organizaciones en nuestra comunidad latina.
My favorite event is Operation Santa Claus.
And mine is the Cave Creek Rodeo.
I love participating in the Guardian Games with my son Evan for Special Olympics Arizona.
Your business has allowed Sanderson Charities to give back to all these local charities. We've been paying it forward for 68 years. Thank you.
Hey, Rising fans, spring is in the air and Circle K has what you thirst for. Stay cool with our famous Polar Pop Cups that stay cold longer. Fill your cup with your favorite flavor or mix it up to create your own. Or try our freshly ground iced coffee starting at just $1.89. While you're here, mix and match any 2 roller grill items, just 2 for $4. Check out these hot deals and cool down at Circle K, America's thirst stop and proud sponsor of Phoenix Rising.
We're Carvana, the company who invented car vending machines and buying a car 100% online. Now we've created a brand new way for you to sell your car. Whether it's a year old or a few years old, we want to buy your car. So go to Carvana, enter your license plate, answer a few questions, and our techno wizardry calculates your car's value and gives you a real offer in seconds. When you're ready, we'll come to you, pay you on the spot, and pick up your car. That's it. So ditch the old way of selling your car and say hello to the new way at Carvana.
Full time here from Phoenix. Danny Trejo has scored in 3 straight games, and he now leads the Golden Boot race in the USL Championship with 15 goals. Talking things over with Juan Guerra, but his manager has to be very pleased at what he's been seeing from his number 17. Good conversation to check there. As we take a look back at these 90 minutes with our full-time highlights, Phoenix and RGV for the second time about 3 weeks. And starting off second minute, it was a quick start for Phoenix, and Trejo got his 15th.
Trejo got things going for Phoenix with a great ball, finding himself centrally in the middle of the field, opening up that space. No RGV number stepping to him, so why not take that shot from distance and take the risk early on when you can? It didn't stop there from Phoenix. They continued to go with this great pass in behind. Arteaga losing his defender, and all he has to do is redirect that one with his right instep. Phoenix, after that opportunity, not many shots on goals, rather no shots on goals in the second half, and RGV started to come with multiple opportunities. 5 shots on target in the second half for this RGV side, and a lot of credit to Phoenix back line and what they've shown and how they can track back defensively, also get in the attack and do what they did to stop some of the big opportunities from RGV here in the second half.
Looking at the full-time stats, the shots were pretty even. Phoenix lost a decent amount of possession in that second half. They really didn't have much going for them, but they had those 2 goals.
Phoenix stopped pressing more in the second half. They didn't have to find the back of the net more, and it was RGV who really connected and started to find each other's feet in a rhythm that they can go off heading into more of the season. 3 times offside, RGV was caught off, and Phoenix only once. But those 12 shots from RGV have to be testing the opposition's goalkeeper a little bit more going down the road.
Join Arizona's only professional soccer club as it goes head-to-head with Detroit City at the team's new home. Visit phxrisingfc.com or call 623-594-9606 for ticket information.
Celebrations in order tonight in Phoenix. They are moving their way up the West. It's 3 straight for Rising, and tonight a 2-0 win over RGV. That'll do it for our entire crew and broadcast partner Anna Whitty. I'm Josh Eastern saying so long. It finishes Phoenix Rising 2, RGV 0. Good night from Phoenix.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.